It's really unfortunate to me because there are two pretty big content creators who I have traditionally always enjoyed their coverage of games over the past couple of years, and I have, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody gets a pass on at least one thing from me personally. Like, you get a pass one time. If you don't learn from it and you keep doing the same shit, then that's when I unfollow and block and all that other stuff. But I have two big content creators who are losing their shit right now because they didn't get review codes. I mentioned this the other day um, during the stream, and I'm just watching them um, lose their shit about not getting codes, and it's not a good look at all. And it just makes me go, that sense of entitlement. It's just not a good look. It's not a good look. Like, I was happy to give them my 80 bucks. I think it was $84 with tax for the deluxe edition. I'm happy to support the developers. And I also know that I will end up driving. I traditionally, depends on the game I play. On a small scale, when I do a small game like Nobody Wants to Die, that's a small game. I might refer, maybe only 10, 15 people will go buy the game. Other games like Lord of the Rings Online, Star Wars: The Republic, I have definitely referred hundreds of sales to those developers over the years. Hundreds of sales. And so I have been happy to pay it forward by paying my subscriptions and paying for DLCs and stuff. And with this game in particular, I bet I've driven a couple hundred sales over the past couple of weeks. Based on comments, I bet I've driven a couple hundred sales from people who have said, "Hey, Renfail, I bought this game because of you. Thank you so much." Like, at least a couple hundred people over the last couple of weeks. Dragon Age Veilguard, I would anticipate that that'll be another one where I will end up being able to refer a couple hundred sales, if not more. Baldur's Gate 3, I probably referred 350, 500 sales. Sanjo said, "I bought this game because of your content." That's a perfect example. By the way, thanks for that, Sanjo. Like, I'm not a big influencer, but I do, I prefer to think of myself as a content creator first and foremost. There is the influencer tag that gets applied to you, but like, I don't recommend games that I am not going to like. And if people like the way I'm playing a game, they're probably going to like playing it as well if they're enjoying the playthrough that I'm doing on stream. So I have no problem paying, my 70, 80 bucks for a game, because I'm going to make that money back through views. And then also on top of that, I get memberships and subscriptions and other things. And Phantom said, "I also purchased the DLC, Rise of the Angry Earth, from watching your streams." Thank you, guys. So it's a thing, but I think that ranting about review codes is... We talked about this the other day on the stream too, about the people that Chris and I used to work with in the travel space, and you see these influencers who get really too big for their britches, and they start, expecting everything to be given to them for free, and if they don't get the things that they want, they rant about it and they make nasty comments, and it's unfortunate because some of these are content creators that I've followed for years, and I like their stuff, but watching them have a meltdown over review codes is just not a good look, and it's not even for the right reasons. I'm gonna go read something. I'm a paraphrase because I don't want to call this person out on Twitter X, and if I say it word for word, people will be able to read it. So I'm gonna paraphrase this. I gotta figure out how to paraphrase this. Hang on a second. So and so just posted a video talking about the review code situation. They're basically upset that they're not getting a review code because they are a big content creator in the space and they deserve the review code, and they are being ranty, that they didn't get a review code and they're calling EA corrupt and bioware corrupt for hiding things from the community, and it's all this thing to hide the faults in the game. I could tell you, as a person who has published games and who has published other things, books as well, I don't give review codes out to anybody unless I personally know them and or can vouch for them, or have a personal someone I know that can vouch for them. When you we talked about this yesterday, guys. My wife worked alongside me in the travel space, and she has said the same thing. She disappeared, otherwise I'd have her talk about this, because she was just in here cutting the wig. If you ever want to work in the game industry and you want to work with other companies, and maybe you want to get a job with these companies one day, you don't make ranty videos about how you didn't get a review code and how this company is trying to hide things and all this other stuff. You didn't get a review code? Big fucking deal. Buy the game, especially when you're a big channel that has 500,000 plus followers. Like, if you're a big YouTube channel, you're making $10,000 a month. You can afford a $70, $80 pre-order. Like, don't give me this shit that it's all about, oh, it's the corruption. They're just trying to hide shit, and they should have given it to me because I'm a big person in the content creation space, and the fact that they didn't give it to me is proof that they're hiding things. No. You've just shown in the past that you're not someone who they think should be getting a review code. I can also tell you, I can't say what game this is for. I am in it's a game that's coming out next year. I am in a group of people who are testing a product. Let's just put it that way. I can't say what it is. That's all I can say. And I can tell you that I am in the first round of creators who got invited to the program. A first round of outsider content creators. Okay? There are content creators that were in the program before me who have been in the program for like a couple of years. Those content creators were known and trusted by the company for having created content around other games that the company has done over the years. Those people deserved to get in way earlier than anybody else during the Friends and Family, because they had proven themselves to be trustworthy, reliable content creators who create good content, and the company said, we trust these people, therefore we're going to give them this super special early access. Other people later on get invite codes based on their reputation online. If you're out there making ranty videos about how you're not getting a review code, that is the shittiest look for you as a content creator ever. And I, as someone who's been the CEO of a game studio, I've founded 2 game studios, and I've ran huge marketing campaigns in the travel space for influencer programs as well. I can tell you one thing is that ego and arrogance are the number one things that will guarantee that you don't get invited to anything at all, ever. Because you have shown that it's not about creating good content for you. It's about being first and being important and having that sense of entitlement. So that's something that's definitely a red flag for me, if someone is an arrogant. So when I see stuff like that, and I see these things on Twitter, X, and YouTube right now, those are people that get checked off the list, and you don't ever get a review code or anything ever from us ever again, period. And other companies take note of that kind of stuff. I'm just saying, guys, if you want to be a content creator and you do want to get, invites and get cool stuff and swag and invites to events and all this other stuff, you have to actually be a nice person to work with, be a respectful person to work with. Constructive criticism is key. There's nothing wrong with criticizing, and as long as it's constructive criticism. But just ranting how you didn't get a review code, I'll tell you what's not a good look. The content creator bitching about not getting a review code. That's the bad look, not the company not sending out the review codes to you specific individuals. Because they did send out plenty of review codes. They sent them out to the people that they thought that they could trust. And the criticism to that is like, They only sent them out to the reviewers who are going to give them good reviews. That is not true. The reviews that are dropping today for Dragon Age Veilguard, it's a mixed bag. There's good reviews, there's bad reviews. So BioWare did not just send review codes to the people that were going to give them glowing reviews. They sent review codes out to places that they felt were going to give the coverage that they felt was fair. And not all of it has been positive. Yeah, I definitely. Great Cattail says the fact that Morticimal Gaming said Veilguard is his game of the year has me feeling pretty good. Can't wait to play it. I can tell you what, I haven't played it yet, and it already has my pre-inaugurated game of the year vote. I haven't played it yet, but I know myself, and I know BioWare as a company, and I know their games because I've played them for decades, and I know for a fact that it's going to be a fun game for me. It already has my pre-vote for game of the year, even though I won't know exactly until I'm finished. But yeah, angry people upset about review codes, not a good look. Nope.